Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the NFL Sunday Morning Show right here on the Hardcore Sports Network. We're going to discuss some NFL schedules today. We're going to talk about Brock Purdy's contract. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I'm here with my guys, Nikki Steege, Football Talk with Bo, James from the Steelers by the Lake podcast, and Big C from Finn Posse podcast. How you guys doing, man? How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. And yeah, let's just get started with the Brock Purdy contract right away because I'm actually curious what you guys have to say. Let's start out with Bo on this one because I know the Niners, Seattle. So, how do you feel about it, man?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, this is the contract you thought he would get. I mean, 53 mil. You look at it as Daniel Jones got 40 to be terrible, right?
Right.
And you're looking at guys like Jordan Love and Lawrence and Tua all in that 53 to 55 range. And all Purdy has done is outperform all those guys.
Yep.
Herbert's in that same range. I think he's 53 also. So you knew he was going to land in that 53 to 55 kind of range. So this is not a shock at all. I mean, as a Seahawk fan, you wish they'd have overpaid him, gave him 60, give him that Dak money, destroy your roster, let's go. But from a smart football standpoint, if he gets 53, it doesn't start until next year anyway, which means by the time this contract is really paying out, that's going to be cheap when it comes to quarterback pay. So at the end of the day, this was a good signing for them. I mean, he does exactly what it is they need him to do. So, and what's your other option, right? It's not like anybody out there is going to perform better than what he has. I mean, all he's done is win, get to the playoffs, and then win some more. So 53 seems like a decent deal.
Yep. All right, let's go with James here. How do you feel about it, man?
You know what I always say? Anytime you can take a mid-tier quarterback and pay him elite money, you should definitely do it. No, I'm kind of with Bo on this. It's not like absurd money, but it's also not that 35 to 30 million a year that you give guys like, say, Tampa Bay's situation or what you give Geno Smith or like that tier. It's a little bit above that. So it's appropriate with the way money is spent nowadays, and they literally had no other choice. They made all the moves in the offseason and dumped a whole bunch of talent off of their roster in an effort to make sure they had enough money to do exactly this. So everybody knew they were going to do it. They didn't have a choice, and you can do a lot worse. You could be in Pittsburgh situation quarterback-wise. They'd die to have a guy like Brock Purdy right now. So it's a step up from those bottom-tier guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Big C, how do you feel about this, man? Brock Purdy.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can say he's performed to a certain level and he deserves the money, but at the same time, they've put an all-star cast around him. Now that he's getting paid this amount of money, they're not going to be able to put the same cast around him. So we'll see how he performs. I mean, you're right. In a couple years, this will be it'll be a all right deal because teams will be paying quarterbacks even more. I think it's hard. I know the Miami Dolphins are in the same similar situation with Tua, although I believe Tua is the better quarterback, but Tua can't stay healthy. You're not gonna have a great opportunity to make a Super Bowl run when you got to pay a quarterback that is not upper echelon money. It's just difficult to build a surrounding unit around him. And if they couldn't do it when they were paying him pennies on the dollar, how are they going to do it when they're paying him $53 million a year?
Right. Tyvis, how you been, man? A long time no see.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Good morning. Good morning. How y'all feeling?
Morning.
Morning, man. Morning. So we're just talking about Brock Purdy and his contract, Joe. If you could give your opinions on that.
I mean, Brock Purdy's like, NFL quarterbacks are like getting married nowadays. It's like you want to go through a divorce and go through dating again. Not a lot of people want to. That's a hard thing to do. So you just try to make it work. trying to make it work with him. I think he's a decent quarterback. I think you're going to get like a Phillip Rivers type of career out of him, probably. Like he's always going to be around the playoffs, always going to be a couple of games in. But I think that Super Bowl run a couple years ago, I think that's as close as they're going to get. And yeah, I don't see Lombardi going that way anytime soon, to be honest.
As a Seahawk fan, I hope you're right.
All right, Nikki, how about you, man?
This is an interesting deal because yes, it's true. Brock Purdy had 2 big playoff runs: conference championship run his rookie year with no expectations, Super Bowl run where they came close second season. But year 3, the team as a whole, way different. He didn't have that all-star cast. He didn't look the same. And now you cut some guys to make room for this guy. Are you really sure Brock Purdy's still going to he'll deliver up to that level? Not to mention, do you trust the cast to stay healthy around him? This is a big gamble to me, especially with all that money, because QB, what do the 49ers do then?
Right.
This is a very risky contract to me. Because remember, we had this happen. 49ers, 2 previous quarterbacks that got into a Super Bowl. What happened to the long haul? The last 2 times before this time. So, and after last season, it's kind of a very iffy deal now. Purdy's going to really have to prove himself. This seems very risky, though, to me, though.
Yeah.
I mean, who would you went and got if you don't sign Purdy? Oh shit!
All right, but as the rock concert's coming to an end, but that's kind of a fall for the 49ers. Well, that's what happens though when you take risks on quarterback. You have something that works out great 1 minute, and then maybe a year or 2 later, it's kind of looking iffy. You kind of have to make the move and just see what happens. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens.
They should have drafted
hit or
Shador
miss
Sanders when he
contract.
started to slip with a similar skill set.
There you go. That's one guy. Right. I mean, to me, this is hit or miss now for the Niners. They could have
For
gotten
me,
Shador. He's out there in the West Coast anyway. But that ship sailed, obviously.
it looks like they didn't want to deal with his dad. So they didn't want to go that route. But for me, it's just like they gave the deal to George Kittle. That was a lot of money. He well deserved for that. But I'm just like, you look at this, and he I keep on saying he's like a game manager, but then it's just like he knows how to. He got them to where they wanted to be year in and year out. So I'm like, he's more of a leader, so I'm okay with it. It's just like I did not expect for that. I thought it would be a little bit less.
I mean, you can win with a game manager. Like, people always say game manager like it's a bad thing. Like,
It's
okay,
not.
so he can't go play hero ball, sure. But I mean, you got guys that just didn't mess up and did exactly what they needed to in the system, like a Flacco or a Dilfer. You can win rings with those guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, I always find it funny that people are like, he's a game manager as if it's a knock. It's like, yeah, give me a smart football player that doesn't destroy my payroll and my franchise, and yeah, you can win.
Yeah, but Trent Dilfer wasn't making $53 million a year.
Well,
The rest
no.
we've seen as good as this a supporting cast that they're going to put around Brock Purdy that they can possibly put around him, and he couldn't get the job done. So now
Sure.
with a lesser supporting cast, because you gotta account for his money. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey's older; he barely played last year. No more Deebo Samuel. George Kittle is a great tight end, but is often injured. Trent Williams, he's on his last leg. You know what I mean? This team, he's gonna have to do more, and I don't see where they're better by bringing him back. You might as well hit the reset button, because after the rookie contracts, Jalen Daniels. They're able to put such a great team around him because he's on a rookie deal.
Sure.
But he's going to be an all-pro quarterback someday, and Brock Purdy is not that.
No, I would agree with that. Although I will give John Lynch a lot of credit for being able to reload this roster. I mean, the Niners have been in this mix for the better part of 8 years now. I mean, they've gone to 2 Super Bowls. They didn't win, mind you, but they've been to 2. They've been to 4 or 5 conference championship games. So, I mean, it's not like they haven't been able to weather contracts coming up. So, I mean, I'll give John Lynch a ton of credit as far as being able to reload this roster. Again, I hope you're right. I hope they fall apart.
I mean, he's been able to do great jobs with the contracts, but he's yet to have a high-priced quarterback on that roster to deal with.
I mean, they gave
Kaepernick?
No. He wasn't
Smith?
Why am I mind blanking?
Garoppolo?
Jimmy G.
Garoppolo. There we go. Jeez. It's early on the West Coast. My bad. But yeah, no, I mean, they did give him some money. I mean, the thing is that they've been able to find value in places and move off of guys when they've had to. So I never count them out because of the job that he's been able to do. And chatting with John Lynch a few months ago, like he looks for like little things within within these bowl games, right? Where he's looking for guys that may not necessarily be on the roster. So high draft pick possibilities. So, I mean, he's always looking for like little nuggets here and there. Again, very frustrating as a Hawks fan because he's in our division, but very smart GM.
Yeah. Really quick, Tymus, how does it feel to have Debo on your team now since we're talking about 49ers and Brock Purdy? So,
Man, it
feels Debo.
It just feels great to have Jaden, bro. Like, we can have Britney Spears at wideout. It's like, I'll be like, all right, well, it goes a 600-yard, 3-touchdown season right there. I'll take it. Yeah, bro. Like, Debo's just, it's great. I think they're gonna have chemistry together. I'm happy to see that we finally have a competent team together. All of our issues are gone in terms of off-field drama. Everything's about on the field. So it just a good franchise.
You guys are getting a new stadium, and then what? The draft is gonna be you guys in a couple years.
2027 got the draft, man.
Nice.
There we go. So.
Yeah, that would be kind of toxic.
If
It's
it were
all
Dan
good. It's all
Snyder,
good.
he'd have Brittany and K-Fed on the team.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, K-Fed at QB.
You'd sell tickets.
We would.
Show up.
We would. We sell tickets to the team. That's what he was doing. But no, like it feels good having Debo because say what you want to about Debo, he still must put up a 1,000-yard season last year. I don't believe he's washed. I just believe that San Fran was just going through a little bit of a woe last year. A lot of people got injured. Like you got injured, had to use Debo more. Kind of saw what was coming up there. I think with this, where you have a true number one in Terry, which is no more of a question, you have a running back by committee back there, and then you have Debo right there, and then on top of that, you still have Zachary at TE. You're gonna be fine, and we solidified the O-line. I think the team is gonna help Debo even more. I'm looking for Debo to have at least a 700-yard season in the air, a couple hundred on the ground.
I just gotta ask, how does it feel to have a good owner in Josh Harris? Because he doesn't help my Sixers at all. How does it feel?
I'm not gonna lie, the Sixers are his failure because everybody can't win everywhere, and I'm okay with that. I'm sorry that the Sixers will be his failure. He's doing great at the Commanders. Crystal Palace, which he owns 10% of,
Right, yeah.
just won the FA Cup for the first time in over 150 years of existence. He's winning everywhere but Philly. I think this is a Philadelphia issue as a whole, not a Harris issue. I feel like with the exception of the Eagles, can't get those flyers going. For some reason, can't get those Sixers going, and you can't get the Phillies going. Don't know why. It's not me.
Hey,
bro.
we won the Super Bowl. That's all I'm taking right now. That's all
Take
I'm
it,
taking.
right? Take
Give
it.
me that. Give me that. But hey, let's start off with the schedules right now, and then we're gonna go with the Steelers first. So let me pull up the schedule really quick here, if I can find it. There we go. So James, how do you feel about your schedule, man?
Oh, a lot better than last year. They had that brutal stretch of 11 days of having the Chiefs, Eagles, and Bills all on 11 days. So we don't have any of that nonsense this year, which is better. Still very tough for them at the back half of the schedule versus the front half. But all the fun stories are at the beginning, right? If you end up signing Aaron Rodgers, you got Rodgers versus Justin Fields week 1. If not, it's still Justin Fields versus the Steelers trying to prove that they should have kept him and paid him. So that's a fun story. DK Metcalf versus the Seahawks week 2. Another very fun story there. And then week 4, they go to Ireland. So there's some great storylines for Steelers fans early in the year. It's rough having a bye week so early in the season. I hate seeing a week 5 bye week, but I think it's probably a good thing for them this year because there could be some fluctuation in the roster where you promote some people to starter that were just too young to be ready for the job yet. Maybe some rookies start taking over week 6 there. We'll see how that all plays out. But I think that could be a good thing. But that stretch at the end of the season there where you start getting, Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Lions all in a row, that's not going to be a fun stretch for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, very, very difficult. Any one of you guys have anything to say about the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule?
I mean, just like you said, a week 5 bye is brutal.
Yeah.
Just so, what's your record? What's your way too early record prediction, if you could think?
I mean, it's Mike Tomlin led Steelers team, so they're going to win 9 or 10 games. It's just what they do.
Pretty much. Pretty much. So, which matchup are you looking forward to?
Could sometimes work in your favor. That helped the Eagles last year.
Yeah, I think being right after their Ireland game, it's an appropriate time for it. So as much as I don't like that early bye week, it might actually pay off for them pretty well. Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't know. I just want to see how they play week 1. Get it right out of the gate. Are you ready to go? Are you going to start scoring, 30-plus points right out of the way? Or are you going to struggle to even get your offense moving and make it look like you needed a 4th preseason game?
Yeah. Both teams turned down Aaron Rodgers in that week 1.
Yep.
So, there you go. It's Aaron Rodgers' game. So, if you had to pick one game, which game are you looking forward to the most? Is it the Ireland one? Because to me, that's kind of cool. The Ireland.
I mean, it's cool, but I don't know if I really look forward to that more than other games per se.
Right.
I got a close friend that's a Bears fan, so definitely looking forward to that matchup coming up there.
There we go. Yeah, I see you guys getting 9 to 10 wins easily, or not
See,
easily, but it's Mike Tomlin.
I think this is a tough schedule, and you say Mike Tomlin guaranteed 9-10 wins a year. I think Mike Tomlin ends up getting fired this year, actually. So I can see. I hate to say it for you, buddy, but I can see 10 losses on the schedule.
Hey, a lot of people said it last year. A lot of people said it the year before that. For 4 or 5 years now, people have been saying this is the year Tomlin's going to lose a whole bunch of games, and they're not going to.
Eventually, it happens.
So yeah, eventually, yeah, everyone does eventually. But he's got a heck of a streak going on.
Yeah, I would love to have. Actually, I would not want Mike Tomlin right now, but maybe in the past I would have. But right now, I think the Eagles are fine. So let's go right into the Miami Dolphins schedule here. Let me pull up this one right here. So, Big C, how do you feel about yours, man?
I mean, I think it's a favorable schedule for the most part. When the schedule comes out, I look for the September games that are in Miami because that's a home field advantage for us. Teams have to come down to that heat. And then I look where we go in December. If we got to go up to Buffalo, if we got to go to somewhere that is freezing cold. like I said, we have a pretty good setup. I hate that we have to go and play in Madrid against Washington. Washington's going to be a phenomenal team this year. I think them and Philly are going to be battling for that NFC East this year. We got that tough stretch of Baltimore, Buffalo, Washington. That's a real tough stretch. But other than that, I think we have a favorable schedule. But it all comes down to whether Tua can stay healthy and if we can address the cornerback position, because we're in a real bad spot right now with Jalen Ramsey holding us hostage.
I'm keep forgetting about Ramsey. Every time, is it like this every year with Ramsey or no? Not really.
I mean, he pulls this every couple of years with whatever team he's on. He pulled it with the Rams. He pulled it with Jacksonville. He's a crybaby. He's a crybaby, and he's not, honestly, he's a great talent, but he's not as good as he used to be. And it drives me nuts that if we get rid of Jalen Ramsey, we have absolutely nothing in our cornerback room. And the fact that we're letting him dictate where pretty much he wants to be traded to after giving him a contract extension last year, and it's absolutely ridiculous. We're not going to get equal value back. We'll be lucky to get a 5th round draft pick for him. And the fact that there's nobody available to sign that's worth a damn, and we have no one on the roster worth a damn, and we got an all-pro corner on our team, and we can't use him, is absolutely ridiculous.
Damn. So, hey, how many wins do you see your Dolphins getting? Like around how many?
Right now, it could vary anywhere between 5 wins if Tua gets injured, and it could go all the way up to 12 if we can address the cornerback room and get some decent corners. Because I like what we did in the draft. We finally addressed our offensive line. We addressed the defensive line. We addressed the trenches. We know Tua can get the job done with his weapons that he has. We had one of the fastest offenses in all of football. We were top 10. We were number 1 in offense in 2023 when we had a good offensive line. So, I mean, I can see a top 10 offense this year. And if we can address the cornerback room, we had a top 10 defense last year. And I think we improved upon that except for the cornerback room. So it can vary anywhere from 5 wins to 12 wins. It's just, there's a lot more off season to go before this team is fully figured out.
Yeah. Which game are you looking forward to the most? Because for me, honestly, it's what was that? Buffalo. For me, it's Buffalo.
The Saints, because I think we're gonna win that one.
Yeah. Who's their oh my God, their quarterback?
I mean, I look forward to the Buffalo games, and that sounds crazy coming from a Dolphins fan because they definitely have our number, but we've been 3-0 and gone into Buffalo and got spanked. That's our measuring stick game, and it lets me know if we even have a remote shot at competing at all. And 99% of the time we don't have a shot, and Buffalo whoops us out. So, I mean, obviously that week 3 against Buffalo on Thursday Night Football, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Anyone
nice.
You guys
don't happen too late in the year, at least, so that's nice. I know that's never a good thing when you guys got to go into Buffalo and it's a blizzard situation. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Let's go up with the Commanders right now. So, Timons, how do you like your schedule, man?
For the Commanders, bro, our schedule is dog crap, bro. I can't lie. This ain't it, bro. We just got to start at the end. How do we literally play Philly, Dallas, Philly? That's our last 3. That's literally our last 3. It's like, nah, bro, like back to back, like then they're back to back. All right, it's like that's ridiculous. So, both of our Philly games are 2 within 3 weeks, which is crazy. So, that's going to be a gauntlet right there. I mean, Vikings are getting, McCarthy back. We'll see how that goes. Broncos playing with a chip on their shoulder because they think they got the better quarterback for some reason, even though I think last year spoke for itself. But You gotta see how that goes at that point. I'm glad the NFL finally is giving a bye after these international games. Finally saw that they were making a mistake and it wasn't working for teams. So that Madrid game over to Miami, it's going to be a very interesting game. May the best person win over there. May the best team win. Uh, Dolphins have a great squad going to a nice place with good weather. Tua should be just fine over there. So that's going to be a full challenge. Detroit has a chip in the shoulder from last year. They're ready. They're going to be hungry for that game. Seahawks, they have an amazing squad over there. I think people are doubting Sam Darnold. I think people really doubt him. Did he see ghosts last year in the playoffs? Yes, he did. Don't know who he was seeing in the pocket, but man, he was just scared as hell to get hit last year in that playoff game where he was seeing somebody, but I think he's going to address his issues. And then we got KC, who is just Mahomes. That's it. Dallas, I don't know which Dallas comes to play, man. Like Dallas got a number, bro. Like Dallas can put a 14-year-old at quarterback, and somehow that game going to be 21-23 at the end. I just don't know how that happens, bro. Like last year, that should have happened, and we saw what happened. And yeah, and then even when we went to their house, it still went down to the wire, even with the backup quarterback. The Bears, we have the Bears number, but after the miracle in Maryland last year, I'm not sure what type of Bears team we're going to get. I know Caleb has a chip in the shoulder again. That's a lot. Chargers, that is a run-heavy team, and we struggle on defense. And Harbaugh, he's going to do one thing only. He's going to run that ball, bro. He will make sure his running back gets 20 touches a game regardless. They could be down 20 points. He is making sure he's getting 20 carries regardless. That's going to be hard. And then, again, like, everybody who we have is somebody who doesn't like us for some reason. Like there's no just, hey, good games. Last year, Michael Penix Jr. came out, had a tough game against us. We ended up winning. Come on, Atlanta's going to come back with that. Only game I'm like about is the Raiders. But even then, we don't know what Gentry looks like. He could be the second coming of Saquon. We don't know. So that's going to be a real test for our run defense again. Green Bay and Love, excellent game. This New York game, don't take it. You don't know what Jackson Dart going to look like. Could be lightning in the bottle. He could be butt cheeks. We don't know. So there's a lot of questions on our schedule this year, bro. It's a tough schedule. We deserve it. I'm here for it. The most primetime games out of any team right now, so I'm here for it. We play the first Thursday night, so we get on a short week from the jump. So we go from Sunday to Thursday night within the first 2 weeks, and then we got that mini bye to get going, which is also a home game for the Raiders. So should be able to rest up there. All in all for wins right now, I'm seeing 10 wins on the roster. I'm staying firm to about 10 wins right now. I'm actually going to bet that. And yeah, I think we're going to get into the playoffs with that. I think Jaden is going to take a step up this year, but also I think everybody's going to take a step with him. So we just got to see if you can maintain that success.
So you think Dart's actually going to start over the two guys in front of him?
I'll put it like this. Why'd you draft him? Because y'all ain't got nobody. Like, y'all have Russell Wilson, who, from what I can tell, is literally just here to get paid, bro. Like, I don't think Russell Wilson has any interest in football. He has a beautiful wife who has an amazing career, 2 loving kids. She gets to be in New York. You get to be in a big market. She gets to promote herself. Y'all get the hype and everything. That's great. I think the last thing he's thinking about is football right now. You have amazing kids who are starting to get to school age. I don't think he's in it.
I got you.
I don't. That's just me. And then you got Jameis, who is Mr. Football right now. We're not gonna lie. He's the face of NFL memes. He's great. But 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, what he's gonna give you. Now, Malik Neighbors gonna be happy because he's gonna get the ball regardless. Okay. If Jameis starts, Malik Neighbors, he's getting 15 targets a game, whether he's open or not. That's gonna happen. Okay, whether he's open or not. Triple coverage, quadruple coverage is going to Neighbors. But yeah, I just again, like, those are 2 mediocre quarterbacks now. Russell Wilson was a great quarterback. We're not going to disrespect his career like that. We're just saying in this current time, though. two immediate quarterback at best. You don't know what you got in Dart. I don't see why you would hold him back. I would say, hey, bro, go out there, learn from Russell, learn from Jameis, and then get out there. I don't see why you would draft this guy just to sit him like that. I don't. I mean, it's not the early 2000s anymore. You know, we're not sitting quarterbacks for a couple of years and then putting them out there now. You know, you kind of got to get thrown to the fire, see what you can do. And I think that's what they should do for him. So that's my opinion on Dart.
Which games are you going to this year?
Let's see. We're going to home opener, going to the Philly game at home, going to the Lions game, which should be interesting at home. Wanted to make it out to Madrid, unfortunately can't because of PTO constraints. Going to Dallas for the first time this year, which should be fun.
Wow.
And going to the Dallas game at home for the Christmas game as well. That's gonna be cool.
That's going to be a nice Christmas present getting Dallas that late in the season. They usually suck in December.
Yeah, right.
I love to see, man, because like Dallas once every 4 years pulls out a 12-win season. Like once every 4 years, they call it a 12-win season, have all this hype, and then they go flat in the playoffs. But once every 4 years, you see it. They just pull out the 12-win season. I hope we're not getting into that right now because they just had a 12-win season 2 years ago, but they got beat out by Jordan Love in the playoffs. So let's hope they don't have that 12-win season.
I mean, they had 3 in a row. They had 3 12-win seasons in a row. Couldn't do anything in the playoffs because they're the Cowboys, but
yeah. Yeah, Thomas, if you try to go to the Eagles game in Philly, maybe I'll try to go. And then we can actually meet for the first time. So I'll try to go to that one.
I don't have anything against the city of Philadelphia. My only issue with going to Eagles games, like to be honest, here's my only issue.
The fans?
Nah, like I just don't know what to do after the game. Like
I mean, hey, we got cheesesteaks.
Like I'm like, all right. So the game ended. That's dope. Where I want to go. I'm not going to City Center late night. That's just not what I'm doing. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to Kensington and get some ketamine. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing really.
We got the Rocky steps.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, I guess I'll just get some exercise. Like, I have nothing against the fans or anything. I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I went to the New York game last year. After that, I just went into the city for a little bit. That was dope. So I'm just like, well, let's see. I probably will go out.
Time it's halftime says go to the casinos.
See, the issue is I'm poor, so that doesn't really work. Can't get money we don't have anything to give. So there's that.
And Bo, man, how do you feel about your schedule with your Seattle Seahawks?
You know, it's good. The game I'm going to really watch is week 1, right? Because we got to see exactly what this new offense looks like. Basically, they punted on everything that we had, and now we have new receivers, new quarterback. We got a rookie tight end coming in. I mean, the only thing that we really still had is our running backs, right? So I'm very interested to see week 1. I know the Niners aren't what they've been, right? They're not quite as strong as they've been over the last couple of years, but they're still going to be a problem. And so week 1, we actually get a home game week 1, which is kind of rare for us. I don't love the fact that we have multiple games on the road to finish the year yet again. But, I don't know. It's going to be good. I like that we have a week 8 bye. Anything in that week 8 to week 12, that's where I like bye weeks to land. If you're week 5 or 6, man, that's rough because if you get anybody banged up, you never get a chance to get them back. Seems like they always come back to not being 100% and then getting knocked out later. At least that's been, Seattle's issue. But overall, I like this. Schedule. Anytime you can go against the South, either South, it is helpful. I do think it's only a 9-win team, though.
Yeah. Which game are you looking forward to the most?
Week 1. Let's see what we have.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to that one, you think? Because you and I were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, so I'm still working on trying to get my credentials. So if I can get them, I'm going to go to all of them. But it'll just depend.
There you go. There you go. Anyone else got anything to say about the Seattle Seahawks schedule?
It's a super, super favorable schedule if I've ever seen one in my life. I mean, the toughest game on there is Washington, in my opinion, and you got the bye before it. Like, that's a great schedule.
Damn, yeah.
I like all your cupcakes in December, man. That's pretty nice.
Well, the Rams definitely won't be, but
But the other three, yeah.
the other three, I do like that.
Yeah.
Falcons, Colts, and Panthers all
As
the
long
same.
as you don't
monkey.
play like the Cardinals late last year on a seemingly easy schedule, you should be good.
Yeah,
I mean,
you knew the Cards were going to be all over the place, though. Like that was a young enough team. You knew that they were going to lose games they shouldn't. They were going to win games they shouldn't. The Falcons, out of those, is such an interesting game because they could be really good, or they could be the Falcons, right? Like that game could really go either way. The Colts will have their quarterback figured out by then, so you don't have to worry about that too much. And the Panthers, I mean, are the Panthers, so.
Yeah. I find it hilarious how you start off against the Niners and then you end against the Niners.
That is a bizarre split, especially when you think back
Never
to
seen that before.
well, when you think back to two years ago, we played them twice in 3 weeks. So, yeah, I don't know. The NFL doesn't like consistency, that's for sure.
That is right. That is right. All right. Nikki, man, I haven't heard your opinion on the Eagles schedule yet. Let me hear it. How do you feel about our schedule, man?
Interesting schedule. You do kind of have a bit of a tough stretch. You do have a few tough games, though. You got Kansas City rematch on the road. But here's what's interesting. Between the regular season and the Super Bowl, this is the fifth straight season they played each other in some way. 21 regular season, 22 Super Bowl, 23 the Monday Nighter, 24 Super Bowl, 25 regular season, and or possible Super Bowl trifecta. But
Oh,
that's
wow.
an interesting one.
I didn't
right
even realize that. Oh,
And
wow.
this might be the first time that's happened with two teams from the opposite conference in NFL history.
That is actually interesting. I've never even thought of that. Wow.
But yes, they got the
It's kinda
Cowboys
crazy.
opener. That's going to be fun.
On my
Game-
birthday, so I'm trying to go on my birthday. So can we
All
just get the
right.
dub? Can we
Yeah.
just get the dub and get out of there?
I know that'd be a fun way to start the season. Then you got Kansas City rematch at KC. That's going to be an interesting one. KC is going to want revenge, so they're ready. Then we got the Rams at home in warmer weather. They nearly beat us in the snow, so interesting. Then week 4, you got to go to Tampa in the heat. Remember last year, week 4, same thing. So it's a repeat.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if the Eagles come better prepared this time because we do not do well early in the season over in Tampa. It'll be nice to get that one off. Then we got to play the Broncos at home. I still confident that should be a win. Giants, confident. Vikings should be a win, but we going to have to see is J.J. McCarthy going to be playing and what's he going to do. But we got the Giants 2 out of 3 weeks. Should be nice wins. Then you get the bye week, week 9. It's going to be interesting. Commanders 2 out of 3 late in the season. That could be for the NFC East, that final game. So I'm definitely looking forward to those. We might split with them. Raiders, we should be able to beat the Raiders. Be interesting to see what Ashton Genty does, as long as he's healthy when we get there. Chargers on the road. We'll probably fill the house with Eagles fans for that one. But I think we could find a way to beat the Chargers, especially with a more balanced offense. And you got the Bears at home. That's depends on what does Caleb Williams do year 2.
Yeah.
But we should be able to win that game against the Bears because I just get a feeling the Bears are the Bears.
They had a really good they had a good draft and they did fill some of the holes. So I did like what the Bears
They had a
did.
good draft last year. They had a good draft. Everything last year. They're gonna get it done, bro. The Bears are cursed. Can't figure this out.
They had really
Yeah,
bad
sure.
coaching last year, to be fair, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Horrible
shit.
coaching.
I feel like Ben Johnson's not gonna be better. I'm gonna go ahead and say that, bro. Like I feel like what he did with the Commanders and how that turned out, and his bad interview there. I think this is gonna happen. Like I don't think it's going to be better. I'm not holding a grudge with that. I'm just saying if you interview that bad to the point people are like, yeah, bro, we're good, and you say, oh, I didn't want to go there anyway. I don't. I see the Bears grasping the straws here to try to make it work. Ownership is really trying to get something going. They have everything to do it. They just can't cook. If you can't cook, I don't care how many ingredients I give you, you can't get it done.
I wonder how that's going to look for Caleb Williams with a little better offensive line this year, though. You know, they
That's what I.
went out and got Joe Tooney and a new starting center and another starting guard in free agency. So that whole offensive line is completely revamped, and it needed it badly.
And they do got better coach, but they got better coaching, so we'll see. But as of right now, you got win over the Cowboys, KC that could go either way, Rams that usually have their number, but I think we could beat the Rams because the Rams are usually a struggling team early in the season. That's the perfect time of year to play them early on when they struggle. That could be 2-1. Bucks being that in Tampa, we usually struggle in the heat. You could be 2-2 again. Maybe, but then you should be able to get at least win 3 out of your next 4 after that with the Broncos, Giants twice, and the Vikings. If not all 4, then you go into the bye. Worst case scenario, maybe 2 losses. Then come back. We should be able to beat the Packers at Lambeau. Lions, that's going to be a tough one during the regular season. But then the Cowboys, they're going we'll see what they are with Dak back. I'm thinking maybe, though, they could probably be an 8 or 9 win team, though, at best. We might split with them. Maybe we might sweep them again. Bears, we should win. Chargers, Raiders should be wins. Commanders could be a split. Bills, maybe that we should probably be able to find a way to beat them. But you're probably looking at maybe 11, 12 win season overall if everyone stays healthy and they do their thing.
Yeah. So for me, it's the bye week because last year we had bye week. What was it, Nikki? 3?
Week 5.
It was week 5. Okay. Yeah, but I love, like what Bo said earlier, I like when bye weeks are in the middle of the season, pretty much around that 9 to 12 week range. And is that I can't remember the last time we had a bye week in the middle of the season. So, and then we do have a couple of what was it? Difficult parts of the schedule. I forget the word I used earlier, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. The primetime games are gonna be crazy, Nikki. We have so many primetime games this year. Oh well, but yeah, you guys have anything to say about our schedule?
Mitch, I have a question for you about your schedule. How do you feel about week 1 making the Cowboys watch you raise the banner from being champions the year before? That's got to be kind of fun right there.
And the fact that it's on my birthday, that makes it even better. Like, dude, I have a friend who's a Cowboys fan, and he texted me, and once he saw the schedule, he's like, Mitch, happy birthday. I'm like, all right, thank you. I'll take it early. I'll take it early. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that game tremendously. So, anyone else? That's actually the game I'm looking forward to the most.
That's fun, man.
I think they got a tough schedule, but the Philadelphia Eagles are, they're built. They got the perfect squad the way they're built. I mean, Howie Roseman's done a fantastic job with the Philadelphia Eagles, putting a lot of great talent around Jalen Hurts, and that running game is insane. They just have player after player that fill in on the defensive side of the ball. You got Vic Fangio, who's one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time. I'm not a big fan of Nick Sirianni, but if anybody can overcome the schedule, the tough games, it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. They're just built the right way, built in the trenches. They got some of the best defensive line and offensive line in football, and that's the way you got to build football teams.
Yeah. It's just so funny because before, Howie Roseman was never good at drafting. Like, he would draft take a Whiteside, Rager, all this stuff, and then he just goes after Georgia Bulldogs all of a sudden and just goes, okay, these are how you got drafted, and this is how you win. I'm like, So where was all this before? I'm like, all right, I'll take it now. So hey, we got a Michigan guy this year. I'm happy about that. So
I'm happy
yeah.
that you guys called over and Peters was like, hey, bruh, end division tax, homie. And then kind of hang up, bro. I can't do it, man. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy, bro. I'm happy, man. I feel like we had the actual competition back in the NFC East, bringing it back to the NFC Beast for one time, man. Like when the NFC
So,
East sucks, I feel like the rest of the NFL suffers, bro. Like, you want to
NFC
see,
least for the longest.
yeah, because
For
like
the
the
law.
thing is, they're gonna pump these primetime games from the NFC East. This is what they're gonna do, and then you get these crappy primetime games because all these teams suck. So it's just like, all right, it's good to see competitive football on these primetime slots. But
So, Thomas, let me ask you this. For the rankings of the NFC East, who do you have in last? Because it's not going to be the us or you guys. It's not going to be the Eagles or the Commanders. Who do you have? The Cowboys or the Giants? Because I've
oh
been hearing
man,
flip flop.
I think this is a year that like the Cowboys actually coming last, and like I don't see it as a Cowboy hater. I see it as like an actual like I don't know how y'all gonna control the picking situation. I don't know what
Right.
you're gonna do with that aging line. Like,
Look at James over there.
like, yeah, it's like so you have an aging O line, you have a wide receiver who has Princey the last out, you have corners who have now just literally said, bro, like I don't feel like practicing right now, bro. I'm good. Like I don't know. Like Jerry needs to figure something out, something quick. Like gone are the days of where the Cowboys we're just gonna sell 100,000 tickets every game and that's just gonna be it. Like fans are getting fed up now. People are like, bro, this team is not what we want it to be. We need something from you guys, and I think this is gonna be the breaker season. He's gonna have to be like, yo, but we gotta clean house. Also, the coaching hire. Good luck. I mean, you could have. I mean, like literally, you could have hired anybody else, bro. Like you could have hired a second grade math teacher. You probably would have had a better coaching success, I think, than what they're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry's old. He was great in the '90s. That's great. Just let your sons run the show. Like your sons know what they're doing. Stop trying to supersede them. Like they're the current. You can still hold your title. Just let your sons run the show, but he won't do it. And he keeps spending good money after bad. So yeah, I think this is the year it's cracked.
Yeah, his coaching hire was funny. It was like he was playing chaos darts. He just had names on the wall and was like, "That's our
Yeah,
guy."
it's just so funny every year, and I originally have the Giants in last because I don't know with the quarterback situation how that's gonna go. They did have a good draft. I just don't know with the quarterback. So
well, the
Dallas,
Giants they're animal back to a corner now. Like that
yeah,
coaching staff are animals back to a corner. Everybody knows they're in the hot seat there. Gabe knows in the hot seat there. Like everybody wants their job, so they're fighting for employment. That's different. Uh, fighting for employment will get you 7 wins. All right, like that'll get you 7. Like the other 2 that you need to figure out to try to go close to 500 as possible. They'll figure that. Like that's up to how you play. But yeah, like fighting for your job will get you some wins.
Mhm. All right, guys. So that's going to conclude the NFL Sunday Morning Show for this week. Very good. So we got to talk about all of our schedules. So we're going to start off with Thomas, man. What do you got coming up in the Commander season?
So in the Commander season this year, we are going to focus on tailgating and the experience. We're also going to be going and talking to fans about the new stadium, what they think about that being out there. And we're going to talk about, I know it's going to be way too early, but we're going to talk about this around July. What is his contract going to look like for Jaden, man? They're going to have to back up that truck, bro. They're going to have to back up that Brinks truck. And it's like, I'll be talking about the first over $500 million deal done. Like, what are we looking at here? Like, this is, yeah. He's gonna get something. He's gonna get something. And when is that deal gonna come through? Because he's on year 2 already. So realistically, you're gonna start talking about that deal next season. So yeah, we're here to talk about it.
All right. Bo, what about you? What you got coming up?
Man, just running around like always. Like it's in the process of trying to get media credentialed for the WNBA here. Still in the middle of our rugby season. Arena football just ended, so that's the summer, and then trying to get those creds for the Seahawks.
Nice, congratulations, man. By the way, what do you think about that foul last night? Did you see the foul that everybody's talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
it was funny because like it was a hard foul, right? it was kind of a tackle, so I wasn't surprised that Reese got up and was mad. Wasn't surprised she got a tech for it, but I like that they didn't overreact like the NBA, where they immediately bounce people and try and make the refs the spotlight of the game. So, they kind of let that go through, and it's probably actually the one thing I like about the WNBA is they get out there and they battle. They're physical. They don't flop on the ground quite as much as the normal NBA. I wish they could hit layups though. That is one thing that is frustrating is when you see them miss layups.
Yeah, I was watching the Mystics game 2 days ago, and I was like, oh, that's two, and you're just like, no, it's not. Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is they got to do, but they got to fix that. Like I'm okay with them missing from beyond the arc and whatever. Like, okay, it's a harder shot, sure. Like our Storm played last night. They shot 33% from the field and 17% from three. That is awful.
Oh.
That is awful. So those are some of the things this league has to figure out just across the board.
Yeah. All right. James, what about you? Steelers by the Lake podcast. What you got?
Yep, still doing shows every Sunday morning. So you'll see that weekly. We'll have our 53-man roster predictions, the way too early ones coming up soon here. Even though you don't even know who it's going to trim down from 90, it's fun to do that exercise and kind of talk through it this time of year. So we'll have that coming up, and still got that watchful eye out for any sign of Aaron Rodgers coming to town.
Oh, I'm getting tired of that. I'm getting really tired of that, bro.
Ask James.
Yeah. All right. Big C, what about you? What you got coming up?
Just doing the Fin Posse podcast Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. Just talking Dolphins football,
Yeah. Yeah, you had a couple big interviews in the past. I saw that. You had a couple good shows. What was
OJ McDuffie, former all-time great Miami Dolphin player. Richmond Webb, former Dolphin player. And then I had Alan Poupard on from Sports Illustrated.
Nice.
So, yep, good interviews.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, congrats, man. Those are really tough to get. Nikki, what about you, man? And I know Nikki's going to do the Hardcore Sports prediction, so what that do? Go for it.
10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 3-point blitz. Tomorrow's special, episode 10. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. We're going to talk a little bit about the NFL schedules, but we're mainly going to talk about the NBA playoffs preview, because by tomorrow morning, we'll know both conference finals. We got Game 7 between the Denver Nuggets and Oklahoma City Thunder, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll know by tomorrow morning who's playing the Timberwolves, do some previews there, maybe go over a little bit of the Knicks Pacers history, but also preview the upcoming Eastern Conference Finals matchup. Outside of the 3-point blitz every Monday, there might be an occasional impromptu live stream, and we're also going to do some YouTube shorts on any NBA, NFL related stuff that's either breaking news or interesting, fun. So you can go and get a lot of YouTube shorts, some lives on my channel. The lookout for that. And then once we get to football season, that's when the lives pick up again.
Yep. He will be doing the Hardcore Sports Prediction Show every Wednesday. So then you will get to see Nikki do that. So that's when a lot of us come together and predict the games before each Thursday. So, and then for me, I will be streaming the Nuggets and Thunders game today at 3:30. I will be streaming that. and then I'll be complaining about the Sixers if they trade that number 3 pick. So I got a lot of stuff coming here. Hey, long time no see, AK. How's it going, man? Thank you for stopping by. And there goes Nikki C. She is out
Yo,
of
the
there.
Wizards will take that pick. The Wizards will take that pick. Bro. Like, trust me, man. Like, there's no way we did a tank job for 6. There's no way we did that.
Right.
It's, like,
We tanked accidentally. We got the 3rd pick. Have you, dude? I'm so mad at the Mavericks still.
I
I mean,
just
come.
Silver I just come out and say it and be like, hey, bro, Luka. That's all you had to say. We would have been just fine if you just said Luka. You just would have been like, hey, bro, Luka, they needed it. We'd have been like, all right, cool. It's what it is. Don't lie to us and say this is a lottery, bro. This ain't no lottery. Like, come on. Come on, man.
I was so mad. I was like, the hell? So that lineup is looking scary. It's looking scary, but Kyrie still has that torn ACL.
Yeah.
Still got that. All right, guys. We'll catch you all next Sunday. Hopefully, everyone has a good rest of your Sunday. See you guys next week. Peace.
Good.